Okay, thank you guys so much for being here on. I don't even know. Every time I always say that, and I never know what day of the week it is. It doesn't matter what night it is. I'm so glad y'all are here. One thing that I love about this business is that it's all about relationships, whether it's in person or social media. It's all about connecting with people. And so I have found a lot of success in personal messaging, but it is also so important to use our social media. It's an incredible tool that we have. It's not everything, but it's an incredible tool. So tonight I am so excited for my friend Katie. I feel like I've struck gold with my new friendship with her. We actually connected over Instagram. She is a platinum in Young Living, and she joined my team. And I'm so excited to work with her. And I know she's going to do big, big things here. Girlfriend has 72,000 Instagram followers. So she knows a thing or two about the Instagram world, and she is going to share what she's learned with us tonight. So you guys are going to love her. She is the biggest sweetheart, and take a lot of notes. And then again, I definitely am recording this. So go ahead, Katie.
Hi guys. Wow. I am blown away by everybody here. I originally offered to do this for Brittany, but obviously Fran was like, can my team come? And I'm like, sure, why not? Social media is literally probably my favorite thing to talk about aside from my family or something like that. So I have always been really into social media. When Instagram first became an app, I was one of the first people in my friend circle to join Instagram. When hashtags became hashtags, remember when they were just like the pound sign right on our phones? Um, I was the first one to start using them. So I've always just really had a knack for these things. I have an MBA as well from the University of Central Florida. And so I just really love diving into marketing and all the strategies that go behind it. I started my account that I have now just 2 years ago. Okay. So that's pretty insane. I didn't like, it's not like I went viral overnight. I'm not like a viral sensation. It's just a lot of hard work, consistency, and being myself. I started the account for just oils, but it quickly grew to something way more and cultivated this insane community. And I'm so thankful for it. But I did that by what I call my rule of three. And I tell this to my team all the time. And now I'm telling it to you, and you can pass it along to your people as the years go by. But my rule of three is really three main things, and I'll dive deeper into each of those. But first, knowing who you are is key. You cannot just dive into social media and pretend to be somebody else. People want to connect with you and you only. That's why they're there. By posting every single day, no matter if it's stories or on the feed, or real, like now there's so many new features, and I'll dive into each of those, but you need to be yourself when you do it. Okay. Don't follow me and think that you need to be like me. Don't follow Brittany and think you need to be like Brittany. You have your personality, and people are going to love that. There are going to be people out in there in the world that connect with you better than they connect with me. Maybe, I mean, there's people that don't like me, you guys. I'm not like loved by everybody. Everybody's looking for that connection now more than ever. Gone are the days of like super crisp, clean feeds. Get messy, get real. So posting every single day, okay, in your stories or in your feed or both. If you look at my stuff, I don't post in my feed every day. However, when I first started, I did. And I do think that's key when you are trying to put your little footprint in the Instagram world or Facebook. Most of these things do apply to Facebook as well. My thing is Instagram, so I will be talking a lot about Instagram. Number two, post videos. I know it's intimidating. Like I said, I've been on Instagram for so long that I remember like when each feature came out. I remember when stories first came out, and I was like, hell no, I'm not showing my face on stories. What? Like, are you kidding me? But it's so important to do that. And it's so important to keep up with each new feature that Instagram gives us. By showing your face, and this is on Facebook as well, people are able to connect with you one-on-one. It's not just a feed, or it's just not a post in their feed. They get to see your face, they get to hear you, they get to see you. Maybe you're showing them home decor, or you're products or a behind the scenes for the business, whatever it is, they want to see you. And number 3, replying to all messages and all comments. Okay. It will feel like a lot of work, especially when you start to make waves in the social media game. But I promise you, even if it's an emoji, I'm responding to every single comment that I can. And most of the time, it's immediate. So when I post something, I'm waiting or I'll check back in like 20 minutes and I'm like responding right away because that's engagement. Instagram views you responding and talking to your people. It's like a conversation. So they're going to be like, okay, well, Lisa's reel is getting a lot of engagement. People are commenting on it. She's commenting on it. Like, let's show it to more people. I don't know if any of you guys are on TikTok, but it really is the key to TikTok too. TikTok uses this algorithm where they'll show your video to a handful of people, like 20 people. And if those 20 people interact, they're like, okay, we'll show it to 50 more people. And then if those 50, so forth, you get the picture. It's the same concept pretty much all over social media. But we have other options as well on Instagram. So those are my rules, 3 rules. Okay. Post every single day, post videos. Doesn't matter how you do it, stories, Instagram videos like IGTV, reels, show your face, and then reply to messages and comments. Okay. So with those comes other things. First and foremost, hashtags. Okay. This is like really nitty and gritty, and don't, I'll go to comments and questions after this. I don't want to distract myself, but I see some popping up. Don't overthink like the hashtag game. Before you start using hashtags, you want to find your 3 pillars, is what I call them. So pillars are who you want the world to know you are, wellness, entrepreneur, mom, maybe you're into working out, maybe you're into home decor. You need to find at least 3, if not 4 or 5 pillars that's about you. Okay. And you're going to run with it. So of those 3 to 5 pillars, you're going to be posting stuff in regards to those pillars. You're going to be posting hashtags, and your content is going to be surrounded by what those pillars are. Okay. We are leading with the business right now because that's where the momentum is, and it's so important. But trust me when I say people will want to join this business when they trust you and they know who you are. Okay. And by doing that, you are showing your pillars. That's how you gain people's trust. So for me, it's motherhood, wellness for sure, home decor. I'd like to get back to traveling. I used to share a lot about that. So whatever it is, that's what you need to concentrate on. So then you're going to bring in your hashtags. Your hashtags are not going to be like everybody else's. So please don't go to mine and like copy my hashtags because they may not work for the audience you're trying to attract. But base your hashtags off your pillars. So if you're into wellness, which obviously most of us are, you're going to want to use wellness hashtags. And don't think that Instagram's hiding hashtags right now. It's like a bunch of malarkey, as my mom would say. It's so false. They are hiding controversial hashtags, of course. You don't want to be using those. You don't want, as much as we want to tell people our opinion, you have to tread lightly. Please tread lightly because you don't want to jeopardize your opportunity with this business. Use hashtags like hashtag motherhood, hashtag motherhood IG. There's a lot of them. I actually have a hashtag bank that I sell. I can totally send the link if anybody wants it, but I've organized it by your pillars. So whatever your pillar is, there's a bunch of hashtags there. So you're going to use those. You can post them in the comments. You can post them in your post. It doesn't matter. There is absolutely zero relation to where you post your hashtags. I personally like posting them in the comments because it's a cleaner vibe. I just don't like the messiness unless you're maybe having a specific hashtag for your post. Like, I'm trying to think of something that I just did. If you're at Disney and you want a hashtag like Disney Dole Whip and you want that in your caption, then by all means do that. But as far as the hashtags go, I like them in comments. The maximum you can use in post is 30. So use all 30. Okay. Get crazy. Use all 30. They will make a difference. I can't tell you how many times in my previous business that I had people say, I found you through hashtag essential oils rocks. Like, seriously, I had people tell me that. So I can't wait to see where hashtags take me with this business as well. So use them and use them up. In stories, you can use I think up to 10 or 15 now. They've upped it. It used to be just like 3. And then in reels, you can use them too. Just post them in the comment on your reels. So use the heck out of your hashtags. On top of the hashtags, your captions matter. I actually wrote an ebook about social media training. It's not active right now because I'm kind of revamping it to not be so much with oils. I'd really like to just make it for any kind of business, but I like to what I call micro blog within my posts. So you really need to get out of the habit of just posting a picture and saying, such a wonderful day or whatever, like a short caption. You want to give it a little depth. You want to give your followers something to read, something that interests them, but at the same time, not be super long like a blog post. They want to see it on their feed that interests you. And then always start it out with a question of some sort. You want to entice your followers to respond. I literally always ask something, whatever it is. Okay. What are your goals in 2021? What kind of trips do you want to take? Whatever you're talking about, ask a question because it will give somebody something to say instead of just, trying to entice people to comment on your post via stories. Okay. So always start out with a question. With your reels are so fun. I've been so excited for them. They're new. Now is the time to be doing reels because of how new they are. They show up in a different way. I think that Instagram is really trying to compete with TikTok. And you guys, if you're familiar with TikTok, you know how viral things can go on there. It's the same thing with reels. I've seen people with followings of like 500 have 300,000 views on one of their reels. It's possible. So use reels. Whatever your pillars are, incorporate that into reels. Okay. Just have fun with it. You can do voiceovers. You can do just fun things. I just did one about how much I spent at Starbucks this past year, which was so ridiculous amount, but it was fun and people loved it. Okay. So let's talk about your Instagram bio. Let me pull this up. Okay. So your Instagram bio is super important. Think back to like maybe when you were applying for jobs out of college or something like that. The first few sentences on that resume are really what attracts people to offer you an interview. It's the same thing with Instagram bios. You have to be creative. You have to step out of the norm. You cannot just say you're a mom of 2 and wellness and entrepreneur. And how many moms of 2 entrepreneur wellness lovers are there out there? Okay. A lot. That's not going to set you apart from anybody. There are so many. So don't do that. Okay. You want to attract them with something. Mine, I change often. One of my things that I had on there forever is like low tax living, but still eating pizza because pizza is like my jam. I love pizza. Right now it says used to be my former name just so people don't get confused. But you can change it as much as you want. Find something catchy, something that relates to you, something that your followers already know about you, but maybe would attract new followers. If you truly are running with this business and opportunity, talk about how you've turned this business, like say X amount of weeks to X amount of income, like I'm thinking of Brittany right now, 12 weeks, 6 figures, whatever, like attract people in that way. Don't be afraid to talk about money either. So whatever catches them, you want to have a crisp profile photo, okay? Not your family from the pumpkin patch last year or whatever. People need to see your face, okay? They want to see your cute little face. They want to see like who you are. And this goes hand in hand with people that might connect with you and not with me, all right? I'm 30 something years old. I have blonde hair. I'm super bubbly, but maybe you are older or younger than me. Maybe you don't have kids. Like show them your face. It doesn't matter how old, how young you are. People want to see who you are. Always include your name in your name bio, like the part where your name goes. You can have other things, but I've seen people where they'll have like a quote or something there, or their company. Don't do that. Don't put your company as your name. Don't you guys know what I'm talking about, right? Like the black part of your name where your name goes, have your name. Your first and your last name, if you're comfortable on social media having your last name, first and last name always. People can't call you by your handle if it's not your name. Like my old handle is the Oils Collective. I would walk around, people would say, "Hey, that's the Oils Collective." Like, "Hi, I'm Katie." Like, it's actually Katie, you know? People need to know your name. Um, Tell your followers what to expect in a couple words, all right? Um, Entrepreneur, sure, but how are you an entrepreneur? Uh, okay, if your I sorry, I just saw this pop up. If your handle is your name, yeah, I mean that's fine, but you should still have your name, because when you're corresponding with people via DMs, that's what pops up. So actually, if you go to somebody that I have a few examples in my mind, but I don't want to call anybody out. If you go to somebody and they don't have their name in that bold part, when they're DMing you, it's going to show up as that bold part. So let's just say like uh, it literally says motherhood. When you're DMing somebody, it's going to say motherhood. They're going to be like, motherhood? Who the heck is motherhood? They need to see who you are, your name, 100%. Okay, your link. Link is so important, you guys. All right. There's a couple ways you can do this. I use Linktree, which noted, I need to update mine actually. Make sure it's always updated. Linktree. You can have multiple links on Linktree. You can personalize it. Updating as we speak. Good. I need to do it. You can personalize it. You can have multiple links. You can have your profile picture or whatever picture on it. You can customize it to whatever you want. It's so fun. I think having multiple links is awesome, because when somebody clicks on it, not only are they going to see maybe like your Q link, but they're also going to see maybe your blog or your Pinterest account or whatever you're wanting to showcase. If you don't want to use Linktree and you truly just want your business link in there, customize that. You can get a Google domain for $12 and you can customize your link to anything you want. And it just makes it so much more personable. Yes, Milkshake's another one that's really fun. There's a lot of great options out there. I've just always used Linktree and I like it because you can track the clicks. This is getting a little deeper for those of you that are not familiar with a lot of things on social media. So I won't dive too deep into this, but tracking your links is really cool because you can see how many times one link was clicked or how many times one link was shared or the time of day the link was clicked the most. So being able to see all of that data really helps you understand your followers more and understand what they're interested in. Okay, highlights. I need to update these too, so don't judge me on it yet. Sandy says I'm lost. Okay, we're just talking about links right now in your bio. So everybody has the capability of putting a link. So make sure you have something there for people to click. It could be a landing page like Linktree. You can catch the recording and listen back. Okay, highlights. People, I gotta distract myself. Okay, highlights. Keep those updated. Highlights are a little complicated if you haven't done them before, but basically they are a place where you can save archived posts so people in the future can watch them and listen and see what you've been up to. I for sure have to go through and update mine. I have loads of highlights. You don't have to have loads of highlights. In fact, I recommend having just a few so you don't overwhelm people. But it could be anything from your family to your recipes that you've shared, anything that has been in stories, you can add to those highlights, and then you can add your custom cover to make them fun. Pro tip, you do not have to post a cover to your stories to save to the highlight. You can just edit your highlight, and at the top, you can edit the cover, okay? Maybe I should show you guys just so you're not confused. So this is what let me see if I can see it. So right here, these are all the highlight bubbles. When you hold down on the bubble, a little pop-up will pop up and you hit edit highlight, and then you can just edit your cover right there, see? I know it's a little bright. So it's super simple. Yes, just did this morning. Good. Okay, and that's where you can like add new resources too. So like if you're talking about the business, maybe you have some graphics you want to save there. Maybe you want to save some fun stories of your kids or whatever, your travels. This is also where you can bring those pillars into it, you know? Like if you're concentrating on motherhood and working out, you're probably going to have workout stories. You're probably going to want to save those into your stories as well. This also helps people to engage with your profile more. You want to keep highlights so people have something to do on your profile. The more time somebody spends on your profile, the better your position in the algorithm will be. Hands down. That's how Instagram does it. Okay. All right, let me go to the next one here. Hold on. Okay. So your bio and your 6 most recent photos is basically your social media resume. So keep that in mind. Get your highlights up to date and a check. Okay, so let's go forward to talking about increasing your story views. Story views are complicated because now more than ever, if we are sharing controversial things, Instagram will like silence you. It's a thing. So just try your best to kind of stay out of those waves. I'm like, preaching to the choir here because I was very outspoken at one point in this year. But it really made my story views plummet and my engagement plummet. So I had to reevaluate how I was sharing. It's okay to cultivate a community based off your likes and stuff like that. But there comes a point in time, especially if you're trying to really transform your family's life with this business, to concentrate on more positive aspects of things. So by cultivating a community, you are allowing people to build trust. Yeah, Brittany's like, guilty, me too. By cultivating a community, you are building this trust with people, okay? And for those of you that do follow me, I don't know if you missed out on the confession thing I did. You guys, it was insane. I can't tell you how many people trusted me with their deepest, darkest confessions. And I'm just like blown away that people actually trust me. They don't know me to tell me whatever, it's the same kind of concept. So I was talking to Brittany about this earlier with some of our team members. It doesn't matter if you have like 50 people following you or 500 people following you. You are making an impact on those lives and they are there for a reason. And whether they trust you right then and there or not, you can build that trust. Imagine standing in a room with 50 people. Like, that's a lot of people. 50 people are following you. You can impact 50 people. You can probably share about this business and half of those people will eventually join you if you stay consistent with what you're sharing and stay true to what you're sharing. I don't know about you, but like, not only is this call making me intimidated, but like standing in a room with 50 people, that's a lot of people. So just remember that you have that impact and you have that ability to really showcase and allow those people to trust you. And that's really like what cultivating community is all about. Building that trust. So take your pillars and continue with that. And your pillars will change over time. Like maybe you're not a mom right now. Maybe you're going to be a mom soon. That's for sure going to change the content that's in your stories and maybe your feed posts, but it doesn't have to change like who your followers are. I have people that are in college that follow me. I have women in their 50s and 60s and beyond that follow me. You can look at all that too in your stats, which leads me to one of my next points. I can't believe it's already been almost 30 minutes. So I recommend, if you're comfortable, to have your profile public, okay? And maybe before you go public, you want to archive some posts. You're able to do that. All you do is go to your post, and then there's three little dots right there. Can't really tell. There you go. 3 little dots, and then you just hit archive, and you can archive just about anything. It'll be there. It's still there. You can still locate it whenever you want, maybe that photo again or something. But it's archived from your profile so nobody sees it. So go public. And the reason why I say this is because if you don't go public, you can't reach new people. if you're really truly looking to use social media as like a stepping stool for your business, you need to be able to reach new people constantly. Um, it doesn't mean that the people that follow you don't matter anymore. It's just that you're continually reaching more people as you're gaining the trust from those people. It's like a continuous thing: gain trust, reach more people, so forth. Um, so go public, and then more so, get a creator account. Okay. Not business account, creator account. They're very similar, and I've had both. I found that with the creator account, when Instagram rolls out a new feature, you're one of the first people to get it. Okay. They kind of test it out on creators. That's why there is creator accounts. Um, yes, I will get to that. Thank you, Britt. So creator accounts allow you to see, and business accounts allow you to see the analytics of everything. Here, I'll show you. Okay, so when you go to the top 3 bars, right up there, top 3 bars, you can go to your Insight tab. You can also reach it on the homepage. And it will show you how many accounts you've reached, your content interactions, your followers. When you click on followers, it will show you your growth chart, your top cities, your top countries, your age ranges. Like, it's insane. I mean, it's also kind of insane because Instagram's tracking all this of us, but hey, whatever, that's another combo. It will show you genders. And then most importantly, it'll show you the most active times for everything, which is a super important tool for when you post. Okay. So if you want engagement and super good interaction on your posts, you want to see how your people are interacting. So for me, let's just see. So out of my 72,000, 3 p.m. and 9 p.m. are the best times to post on Saturdays. And it goes through each day of the week. So Fridays are a little bit different and so forth. So you really want to analyze all of that and cater to your audience, because if you post at noon and only 5 of your 50 see it, what's the point of that? You want them to interact with you right away. Okay. So be intentional with that. Be intentional of when you post. What else do we have here? Okay. Let's talk about like the fun stuff. So when you're in stories, I really encourage you to add stickers, fun stuff, emojis, whatever, but absolutely use the heck out of polls and question boxes, because this is another way to allow your followers to engage with you. And what happens when they engage with you? Instagram's like, oh, they like Judy right now. Let's show Judy's stuff to more people. So you'll see your story views at the bottom left-hand corner of your stories. You can see the amount of people and who is interacting with your stories. That will fluctuate, so don't get discouraged. The first story typically always has more views than your last story, because that first story has been up for probably almost 24 hours. So it's going to have a lot more than the one you just posted. It doesn't mean that your last story is going to get the least interaction. That's not what it means at all. Just continue to post. Except for the confessions that I just did, I usually don't have a ton of story bubbles, which are the top, like, just to show you what I'm referring to. So when you're on your stories and like you see those little white bubbles at the top, it's hard to see, but it shows you how many kind of story bubbles you have. I typically don't have a ton because I don't want people to get like annoyed with me and X out of my stories. But don't be afraid to hold back. Okay, so content in your stories, polls, especially with this business, you guys. Oh my gosh, so many things you can do. I just did one that was like, who's ready to change their life with me in 2021? Yes, no, done. Or you could do like a heart and an X, or a smiley face and a heart face. Give whatever you want to do. Who's interacting with that poll? Somebody's interacting with that poll. Even if it's just one person, they're obviously interested a tiny bit with what you're doing in 2021 with your business. And then you have who that is. You click on the story view and you can see exactly who interacted with that poll. It is brilliant and a huge business tool for you. Same with question boxes. Question boxes and polls allow people to really quickly respond to something without having like a super weird feeling about it. If you directly ask somebody to message you, that's a lot of work for them. You have to look at the bigger picture. They would have to get off the stories, go message you. They might get intimidated. They might stop messaging you. They might change their mind. But with a poll, they just click a button. And then all of a sudden, you know who's interested in what you're talking about. You can use this with anything, especially, Stephanie, I'll help you in a sec. I'll go through that, especially with this business. Okay. Another thing is music with creator accounts and most accounts now. I remember when music first came out, it was not with everybody. If you don't have it, some people for some reason still don't have it. You can go to the help section of Instagram and request them to help you. And sometimes they will help you, sometimes they won't, but it's worth a try. So creator account, okay, people are saying they can't find it. It's under settings when you change it, and you have to have, unless they've changed it since, you have to have a Facebook page. So it creates like this Facebook page for you really quick because it has to be connected to a business page. I will try to show that in just a second. Okay, so let's see. Okay, let's talk really quick about Reels. Reels are new and they're super important to use right now because they are so new still. Reels are a great way to get a lot of information out to somebody in a fun way, really quick, fun way. Okay, so let's say you want to talk about direct sales and multi-level marketing. You can do just a couple little bubbles when you are dancing to a funny song. It might feel awkward, but I guarantee you people are laughing. If there's one thing that you take away from this video, it's to go download TikTok. Seriously, listening, go download TikTok. Get inspired and bring that inspiration back to Instagram. Okay. It is the best way. And that's exactly what people are doing with Reels on Instagram. That's where they're getting their inspiration. I promise you that so that song thing that I did with my Starbucks thing, I found that on TikTok and then I just used it for my Starbucks orders. Okay. I was inspired. It's okay to be inspired by other people. Use that to your absolute best capability in order to empower you on Instagram and elevate your business. Because remember, when you're bringing more people onto social media, you are elevating your platform for this business because you're reaching more people. Okay. Sandy, a reel is an option on Instagram. So if you go to the plus sign on your homepage, right there, that little plus sign up there, you can choose what you want to create. Post, story, reels, live, which will intimidate you guys, but live, I've gone live before. It's fun. It's definitely intimidating. So I would stick with reels or stories right now. Stories and reels you can pre-record and edit as you see fit. Okay. Okay, I still have some time. Good. Let me go into, this is all from my ebook. So my ebook is like my notes here. Okay, let's talk about apps because I saw a couple questions in the comments. So the apps that you can use to help your social media game are not necessary. If you are brand new to Instagram and social media and you truly are just like trying to learn the ropes, maybe don't pay so much attention to the other apps that I'm going to be talking about. But you can always take notes and come back to this, okay? So if you see people with like fun stories that are done with words or like borders and just templates, a couple of the options that you can use that I've been using for a while are Canva and Unfold. I know a lot of the leaders on here use Unfold for like rank graphics and stuff like that. It's just a great way to add collages to your stories. Maybe you're talking about the business and you just want to share your why. You can add a couple pictures of your family and all that stuff. So Unfold, it's a free app. They have free templates. Canva has some free templates. You can also buy templates from different markets like Etsy or whatever, and just make things fun. Okay. Planoly is an app that helps you plan your feed. Now, again, this is not necessary to get started in social media, but if you are the type of person that likes to have things planned out, like me, it's a great way to plan your feed. It's a great way to save hashtags to copy and paste. It's just a really great organizational tool. And then Lightroom, okay? Lightroom I use for presets. I am a photographer also, many hats, right? I'm a photographer of 10 years. I have a local business, and I've created Lightroom presets since I can remember. And when they first started coming out for Instagram uses, I created presets and just started selling them. They're really inexpensive. And I actually have a coupon code for you guys that I'll give you at the end for 50% off. But these are easy ways to apply predetermined settings to your photos just to make them fun. And again, not necessary for social media, but they do make things fun. For stories, you already have that. Instagram gives you filters. So it's kind of like a filter, but it's called a preset because that's what Lightroom calls it. Lightroom's a free app. You just download the preset, you save it to your Lightroom feed, copy the settings, create your own preset with it, and you're done. Then you can just copy the settings whenever you want. I will show you really, really quick, just so you see. And then you don't have to use my presets either, guys. Like there's so many out there. So this is like what my library looks like, but you would just click on a photo. I'll show you this one. This is what it looks like with my preset. And then that was what it was like before. Okay. So they're super easy. See? They just make things bright and fun. Okay. And then one last thing is Caption Writer. This is gold. Caption Writer is free. And you can write out your caption and save it. So if you like to plan your captions, this is a great way too. But more so, I don't know why Instagram doesn't like spaces in between paragraphs. It's such a pain in the butt. Caption Writer allows you to have those spaces, you know, enter, right? You can't do that on Instagram. It's so strange. So Caption Writer allows you to do that. It spaces it out and then you just copy and paste and it's perfect. It's just the little things. Probably means nothing to you if you're new with social media, but it's really handy. Okay, a couple more things and then we will wrap this up. Okay, so your captions really allow the world to hear your voice more. But when you are in DMs, I really encourage you to not type, to use your voice memo, especially with this business, okay? But no matter what you do in this life, like use your voice memo. Don't be intimidated by it. It is so personable. People can hear your voice and it saves you loads of time. Just imagine like if you have 20 DMs and you have to go through and answer 20 DMs with like typing. That's a lot of work. No. Go in there, voice memo those people really quickly. They hear your voice, they hear your tone, they hear your excitement, which is so important with this business. They hear everything. And you're probably done in way more than half the time it would have spent you to sit there and type things, okay? So when you're answering DMs, do that. Another thing about DMs are another way that Instagram tracks your, sorry, I was going to gallery so I can see everybody. Another way that Instagram tracks your engagement, okay? So DMs are just as equivalent to responding to comments. That's just the way that Instagram looks at everything. So if you let DMs go unanswered, Instagram's like, oh, why isn't she responding to DMs? Like she must not care about people interacting with her profile. Same thing with comments. Respond to comments right away. I'm not gonna lie, like I have a lot of DMs that are unanswered, but for you, if you are able to respond to those DMs within the same day, it will change your social media game, okay? I'm gonna go through comments really quick and see what kind of questions there are. Feel free to pop them in. All right, let's start at the top. Show your face. Okay, is there a certain amount of words you need to use when commenting? No, there's not. Post an emoji, post words. I don't encourage you to post emojis all the time, but let's just say you have a post that goes viral and you have a lot of comments, just love on those comments a little bit. It doesn't matter how you do it. Of course, if you have a few comments, I really encourage you to be personable and answer them or respond to them in full sentences. It just is where you're building trust. Remember, the name of the game here is to build trust, cultivate that community, elevate your business, all those things. Brooke says, I batched the reels last night, got this week. My family thinks I'm crazy. Yeah. Okay. Batching really quick. Batching is like when you prepare all this content in advance, right? Planoly comes in handy with that because you can, I'll just show you really quick. You can plan out how your feed looks. If it matters to you, it's okay if it doesn't, but Planoly will show you, there you go. See all these posts? This is old, it's not updated right now. But it will show you, I have to refresh it, there we go. It will show you all your posts, and then you can start planning and add to that feed so you can see what it looks like. And then you can also see when your content is scheduled. So you can be like, oh, I missed a post this day. And again, it's okay if you don't post every single day, but you can see exactly when you have stuff scheduled. And then, and this is a free version, you can go into hashtags as well and save hashtags. See? So cool. And you can organize it by however which way you want to. Okay. I've grown 100 followers overnight. Join the lives in TikTok to help grow too. Oh, wait, you've grown on TikTok? That's awesome. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. I think that's what you meant. Oh no, connection was cutting out. I hope not. Hashtags on IG or Facebook as well. Yeah, this is a good question. So Facebook does not use hashtags the same way Instagram does. In fact, hashtags do not matter to Facebook pretty much. What matters to Facebook are your followers interacting with your posts. Hashtags are pretty much all for Instagram. In fact, TikTok barely uses them too. You always see like hashtag front, FYP for your page, for you page. Instagram really is the place for hashtags. Let's see. How do you know what hashtags to use? They confuse me. Do I make them up? Do I use the same ones? Yeah. Do you guys remember the day when they like first came out and people were like hashtagging like full on sentences? Like that's not how you use them. So just remember that hashtags are specific. So hashtag business, hashtag wellness, hashtag travel, hashtag Orlando, whatever it is, it's specific parts of what you're talking about. So what I like to do is mix and match. Obviously not all my posts are about wellness, but I do sprinkle in some of those things in there to help attract the audience that I'm looking for. And that's where your pillars come in. So if you are traveling and you're into working out, and then you're also into entrepreneurship, some of those hashtags will have entrepreneurship, maybe some travel, maybe some, what else did I say? Workout or whatever, so just play with it. And you'll see when you have more interaction. And in the first here's a pro tip. In the first 24 hours, Instagram will show you if there's a hashtag that kind of went viral on your post with your post. So I don't have an example because it goes away after 24 hours, but let's just say I hashtagged motherhood, and it will show me how many people, specifics, like how many people came from that hashtag to my posts. Like it's really cool if you really start to analyze everything. Link please for hashtag bank. I will send it to Fran and Brittany, and I'll let them send it to you guys because I don't think I have it handy here. But you can go to my website and for the presets. I actually don't have my hashtag bank on the website because it was for just my other business in my business group, but I will send it to Fran and Brittany if they'd like to share with you. How do you know that?
Question. Ask. Do you know anything
yeah, sure.
about the that there's like third-party apps like Later where you can schedule posts out and it helps with hashtags and things like that. But I heard someone said that Instagram doesn't like those and that can cause an issue. Do you know about those much?
Yeah, that's what I was talking to you about Planoly. So that's the same thing. And no, it's a bunch of rumors. You guys have to be careful with what you read. I've done a lot of research onto it, and people used to say don't use 30 hashtags. Instagram thinks you're spam. No, it's not like that at all. Now, if you're going in your DMs and spamming links, right? Like we shouldn't be doing that anyway, but that will for sure trigger spam. Hashtags do not trigger spam. They are super important and relevant to Instagram, and they want to see you use them. So Planoly, for instance, you cannot, so like if I had something scheduled in Planoly, it would schedule and post my post, but then I would have to go in and post those hashtags in the comments, okay? So if you're gonna use a scheduler, keep the hashtags out of it just for cohesive reasons and easy reasons, like to make sure it posts properly, but there's no relevance to that at all. The same thing with like the amount of hashtags or where you post them. People used to say like posting them in comments is not good. Then people were saying posting them in captions is not good, but I've tested it all out and my posts do about the same for each. So it really doesn't matter. It's just personal preference. Okay, let me see. Okay, what exactly is the point of hashtags? Do people actually click on them and go searching for those specific hashtags? Yes, absolutely. So the search Explorer tab is gone, but when you go to search now on Instagram, they've kind of combined what the Explore tab used to be, and you can search for literal topics. Do you see how it says mum fashion? I don't know why it said mum fashion. I'm not British. Pom-poms. These are all just popping up as suggestions. I don't know. So anyway, if you put in like wellness, it's gonna not only tell me the top hashtags for wellness, it's gonna show me top accounts for wellness that are trending right now. It's gonna show me tags for wellness. It's gonna show me places for wellness that are near me. Like it shows you everything. We are living in a world where you can like just literally find things off of Instagram, right where you're living, okay? The tags for wellness, it'll show you the top tags, and that's where people will see your stuff, okay? So if you click on, let's say wellness journey, it's gonna show you some top posts, like with bigger accounts, but it's also gonna show you some posts from smaller accounts that are just doing really good right now. Let's see if I can find one. And it's really cool because you can go back and you'll see some of your stuff there. It is so cool. All right, so this account only has 1,000 followers, but her post did really well, and it is showing up on the wellness hashtag that I just put. So it's just really cool. It's a great way to get your account seen. Hashtags work. Use them, please. Okay, let's see. You don't have IG Reel option. Okay, did you try doing the plus sign at the top right-hand corner of your home page on Instagram? It should be there. Update my bio. Yep, stay FTC compliant always. And that goes into hashtags as well, you guys. Please don't post like hashtag cancer, you know? That's just like an obvious thing. You don't want to be red flagged in any way, shape, or form. And unless of course you are literally talking about your journey with cancer, and if for that I'm so sorry you're going through that, but what I mean is when you're talking about wellness, like don't use those hashtags consistently with your topics unless it's like directly related to it. Basic bio. Running. You guys are so funny. No, your handle does not need to be your name, although I do recommend it. Little story for you guys. I cultivated this amazing community based off of an oil handle, and I just felt so trapped. So really just remember that you don't want to be trapped in your handle where when you're ready for more in life that you feel like you can't share about more, you know? So I do highly recommend having your name and your handle. If your first and last name is available, take it. Mine wasn't. Katie Williams is not a very uncommon name. So yeah, if your first and last name is available, take it. Maybe do your first dot last name or first underscore last name, or first name with wellness next to it. You know, that's a great option as well. When you have keywords in your name like that and somebody's searching for that topic, your handle might pop up, which is very smart as well. I just knew that I needed my name in my handle. What else? Do you have to pay for Linktree to get multiple links? No, you can, they might have a limit, but no. Linktree is meant for multiple links. What you do have to pay for, I think, is the insight of it. Like if you want to see how many times your links are getting clicked. Yeah, milkshake's super fun. Let's see. I am so not social media savvy. Oh, I've been following you from Young Living for so long. This is so fun. I know I've seen so many familiar like names and stuff. It's just such a cool thing that we've all come together with this new journey. I'm working on start here, highlight info. Okay, yeah, so highlight topics. Again, it kind of just is whatever you guys talk about the most on your feeds. I did highlight confessions from yesterday because people just have the time of their life, but I also have highlights for the kids. I have highlights for recipes. I have highlights for like shopping links that I've shared, you know, stuff like that. So it just depends on what you're doing. Yep, don't talk about vaccines, don't talk about politics. Thank you, Jenna. Just don't. When your highlight gets full, start a new one. Yep. Yes, great tip, Cherise. So I have like kids 1, kids 2, kids 3, and it's not necessary to have that much with your kids, but I've just been at it for a long time. So, okay. Yep, Insta will shut you down. Yeah, some of the confessions are still up. They were wild. Like people were telling me they were cheating on their spouses. I'm just like, why are you trusting me with this information? Why? Okay, I don't see any obvious questions here. If you have something, feel free to unmute yourself. Settings account, creator account should be there. If you don't, for some reason, have it, you might have to request something from Instagram. I'm not sure.
I had a question.
So, yeah, sure.
This is Gail. Yeah, Gail. Just a quick question. So I noticed that some people have photos of the products and then they're using that because I've borrowed some and put that on my page as well. Do they have just like pictures or something that you can use if you're not? I'm not that savvy with creating my own photos. I just was curious if Q had photos somewhere, maybe in the back office.
So are you talking about for stories or your feed?
That we could upload and, you know, like I
sure
borrowed that one. I just was curious.
Yeah. I'm sure that I don't know whose team you're on, but I'm sure there are some you can use. If there's one tip that I can give you though, Gail, don't post them in your feed. You can use them in stories and stuff, but I would recommend posting you in your feed. Don't do product photos. You know, you can, it's not very relatable. If you're going to do that, maybe do a carousel. It's called a carousel. So you can post a picture of you and then a picture of like maybe the product you're talking about. So on your feed, it's you, but then somebody can swipe really quick and see that product that you're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, hope that's helpful. Yeah. What is the best strategy when, sorry, yeah.
Hi. So I actually got shadow banned like right after the election, and I went from like 300 views in my stories and like I would say anywhere from 75 to 150 people interacting with like the polls or questions and stuff like that. Now I'm down to like 30 views, and I'm lucky if I get like 10 people to respond. So like, how do you overcome that part to like get that interaction back? Just keep doing it and stay consistent, or
so when did this happen? Can you give me a time frame?
It was like literally right after the election, probably like 3 days after.
Okay, so typically you should be out of that ban already, unless you have since posted other things that are controversial. If you have, then you have to give yourself more time. But I do recommend that you really take part in like using polls and question boxes and just making sure your followers are interacting with you. And you could do a giveaway as well. You guys can team up. I did want to talk about this really quick. Giveaways are good. They're not bad. It's a really great way to bring more interaction to your profile. If there's some ladies on here that you've met, or even just off of this business, like if there are some ladies that you follow, that you've interacted with, that have around the same kind of following as you, and maybe you all want to grow your account in some way, you can team up 3 to 5 people, whatever, and you could do a giveaway in just stories, or you could do a giveaway in your feed, and it just really brings some fresh faces into your business. in your account, and then as them as well. So again, like if somebody's following somebody and they come to your account for a giveaway, right after that giveaway, you need to start interacting with them, bringing the content that you want them to stick around for, not business stuff. Okay. Not always. You want to make sure that they know who you are. And again, this is when your bio comes into play. They will read your bio, know who you are, maybe something of that interests them. Then you reel them in with some stories. And then when they see that business rank up announcement or whatever, they're gonna be like, oh, what is she doing? Maybe this is really good for me. Okay. So giveaways are a great way to bring in fresh faces, and then also try to attempt to keep those faces around. Someone says, what is the best strategy when following up with interaction with a post? Watching stories and DMing them in attempt to gain interest in the biz. What are some things you often say? Okay, so you mean like when they answer a poll? Whoever said that, I'm assuming so. So for instance, I did a poll where it was like either a heart or an X. I gave people the option to know. The people that had a heart, I then went into DMs, 100%. Started voice memoing. Something short and sweet. Do not word vomit over everything, okay? Short and sweet. I said, hey girl, I saw you posted a heart in my stories. Thank you so much for interacting with my post. It means so much to me. If you're wanting a little more info on like what I'm doing now, I'd be happy to send you a quick video. Just let me know. Done. Okay. And literally 98% of those people said, sure, I'm love to know more. Send them the comp video right away. And then I follow up the next day if they don't message me right away. But most of the time people are like, what? That comp video is insane. Okay, let's see what else. I'm getting to the bottom here. I add questions and polls to my stories all the time. People don't really interact. Advice. Okay, this is normal if you don't have a lot of people following. It's okay. Keep doing it. All right. Start with polls, maybe. See how many people interact with your polls. Keep doing it. I promise you guys, I started this account 2 years ago. It'll be 3 years in May. 2.5 years ago. And I was talking to nobody. It was like I was talking to a wall, but I showed up every single day and just continued to talk. Some of you guys follow me that follow me from like, you know, our previous business. And that is so cool. And now look at where we are, right? Imagine the people that you can reach if you keep showing up. Same thing with this business. Just because nobody's saying yes to you does not mean they're not going to say yes later, period. That's how it always is. I heard someone say on a podcast not to use hashtags that have more than 1 million posts. So I've been avoiding, no. I don't know what podcast that was. But no, I mean, I literally use hashtag motherhood and people find me in that. And there are millions of photos on there. It just is about how people are engaging with your post. Okay. So if you post and you get 5 comments right away, that's really good. And then Instagram shows it to more people and then it's engaged and you're going to show up on that hashtag always. Another great thing to have as an option is, I don't do them anymore, but I did do them in the beginning, are engagement pods. You have to do them the right way. But if you have about 5 to 10 people that you kind of are friendly with on Instagram, it can be in this business or not, it doesn't matter. You can have a little Instagram message chat where when you post, you share, I'm going to get into details. You share that post in there and then everybody goes to comment and like it. And then they do the same and you comment and like, so you guys are interacting intentionally with each other's posts. Key things for Instagram pods: do not share links directly in there. So like you do not hit the share button on Instagram to go into your DMs because Instagram tracks that. And then they'll be like, oh, they must be using like a spam thing or whatever, like a paid for service or something. What you want to do is, and I will show you one that I used to be in. Okay, so we would literally just say what the recent post is about. Girl reading book. So we would go to this person's profile, find the girl reading a book, comment and like it, okay? You can do this with anybody. And it's super fun and super beneficial for everybody. And then you'll make new friends too. And you'll all get comments and likes. All right, a couple more and then we'll wrap this up because it's been an hour. I'm not sure if I should make, yes, hi.
I've been kind of waiting as well as the other Amy that asked, is it worth going back to previous posts and adding hashtags? Does that even do any good?
Not really, unless there's new
Okay.
engagement.
Right.
Something
Okay.
you could do is if you have a post that you think is really great, you can reshare it to your stories and then see if people start liking it again. And then absolutely, yes.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah. Are there any questions that you guys want to ask me directly so I don't have to like scroll through all those? I don't mind.
So so you got stuck with a handle with an oily thing. And so when I created, I don't hate my handle, but when I created it years ago, I definitely wasn't thinking about this. So is there a way to change your handle, or are you just kind of stuck with it?
Yeah, no, you can change your handle. So what I had to do, so Instagram has a thing where once you change your handle, your Instagram name is still yours for 14 days. And that's to prevent like bots from stealing Instagram handles and stuff, you know? So you will have like a waiting period if you're transferring a name or something like that. So if you have something in mind that you haven't used before, change it right now. Like you can change it right now. And then your one that you have now will still be yours for 14 days in case you want to change it back. But for me, it was, you know, I do miss the Oils Collective a little bit just because it was so much part of me, but I feel so much freer knowing that my name is now my handle and I can just do whatever the heck I want. So you just don't want to get trapped in that is all I mean. You know, like for instance, for this business, I'm trying to think of something you might do. Like if you did like Becky Q Wellness, like that's super cute and fun, but like, you know, what if you want to be more than that? Q is going to be a huge part of all of our lives, and that's so amazing, but you don't want to be just narrowed down to that. Like, what if your profile grew, right? Like mine, what if it does grow? And then brands want to do things with you too. So you have to think ahead of that, like ahead like that, and just do all the things. All right, I'm going to the bottom to see what else. Would you create a new Instagram if it's been a while since you've used Instagram? No, I wouldn't. No, I would just start posting more. If you have had an inactive Instagram, just really start posting more and showing up more and being intentional. Good. I'm so glad it helps.
I had another question.
Yes.
When you talked about switching to the creator account, you click on the like switch to a professional account, but then it gives you like different options of like ones you can pick from, like artist or musician or digital creator, video creator, all that. Does it really matter which one you choose, or should you be
No, it doesn't quite matter which one you choose. I would choose one that's kind of relatable to you. You could do blogger, you could do wellness, you could do entrepreneur, you could do person. You know, when you go to, I'm going to pull it up so I can walk you through it really, really quick. Let's see. So go to your settings, and I can, at the bottom of settings, really is where it's at. Do you see how it tells me I can switch to personal or switch to business? It should give you that option. If you don't see it.
let me see. I clicked
Let me
on
go to
profile.
You sorry?
I went to edit profile, and then it says at the bottom, switch to professional account.
So are you already a creator then?
I don't think so.
I'll have to play around with it and see, unless
wait.
they've changed some things.
Let's see.
They might be able to choose creator once you choose professional.
Okay.
I did see that there were different kinds of creator accounts.
Okay, so you want digital creator, I think.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask, what is your coupon code for your presets?
Oh, yes, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I created it, I think it's Q team, all uppercase.
Okay.
Feel free to share that with your team members, but just please don't share that publicly.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, of course. If you need help with presets, just let me know. It comes with a PDF of instructions. It's very self-explanatory, but basically you just load the photos in, and then you create a preset in that Lightroom with the predetermined settings I've created for you guys. What are people using to change the text of their captions and bio? Oh, that's a good question, Ashley. So if you Google symbols for Instagram or text for Instagram, it'll come up with like this free website where you can copy and paste stuff. Okay, thanks, Kayla. So it looks like now it's set up to where you switch to professional and then creator. So it looks like you do have to be professional first. The code for Lightroom is Q team, all uppercase, but that's actually for presets. Lightroom isn't a free app. So you just download Lightroom for free. But going back really quick. So the bio. So if you Google just Instagram symbols, like I think I have a couple of symbols like a star or something, but you can, oh, thank you, Caitlin. That's one of them. Yeah. Not necessary, but sometimes people like to be a little fun and different with their captions. So, okay, I think we'll wrap this up. I hope this was super helpful. Feel free to reach out to me on Instagram if you have any questions. I really don't mind. I'll just voice memo you back. And yeah, have fun with it. And just know that there are so many people that are starting to use Instagram nowadays, and it is 1000% worth it for your business. Even if you reached just a few hundred more people over the course of a year, imagine what that can do for your Q business. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Bye, guys.
Thanks,
Have a
Katie.
wonderful
You're
week.
the best.
Bye.